Some, like the plague, fear loneliness. But others, like the wilderness, relish solitude and find strength in the quiet, away from the ceaseless chatter of the world. Unfortunately, in modern society, loneliness often leads to issues like mental illness and addiction. Therefore, we need to learn how to be alone in a healthy way, not seeing it as a punishment but as an opportunity for growth and self-development. Today, I want to share with you 5 healthy ways to live alone. Of course, there are many ways to be alone. Some people live extremely isolated lives, spending most of their time without much social contact, while others seek solitude, in a more gentle way, dedicating time to themselves with specific purposes such as meditation, reflection, or achieving personal goals. On the other hand, there are cases where loneliness becomes the cause of mental and physical issues, and in extreme cases, even death. The term lone wolf carries negative connotations in society, as it is often used to describe individuals whose loneliness turns into sources of hatred and violence. Therefore, whether loneliness is chosen or not, how we use our time will ultimately impact the outcome. The methods I share in this video are both practical and philosophical, and I hope you will find some value in them. 1. Start by taking care of yourself. This is incredibly important. When you're at home alone, imagine yourself as a special guest in your own house. How would you take care of this guest? How would you talk to them? Remember, when we treat guests well, they feel welcomed and more comfortable around us. When we treat ourselves unkindly, it's no wonder we feel uncomfortable in our own company. As the French philosopher Jean-Paul Sartre once said, if you're lonely when you're alone, you're in bad company. Now, we can apply this principle in many ways. From how we talk to ourselves, also known as negative self-talk, to how we prepare meals for ourselves with the same love and care as we do for others. There's no reason why a home-cooked meal for ourselves should be any less appealing than one prepared with love and attention. Furthermore, spending time alone in a tidy and organized space can help us connect with our inner selves on a deeper level. It's essential to make our environment feel familiar and meaningful, so it becomes an integral part of us. Therefore, creating a clean and orderly private space can have a more positive impact on our mood than being in a chaotic and messy environment. Take time for yourself in solitude with love and care. This not only helps expand the scope of the individual but also creates a deep connection with oneself. Self-care also includes taking care of the environment around us, and spending time alone in a clean space positively impacts our mood. Moreover, tidying up can also be a form of meditation, soothing the mind and bringing peace to both the soul and body. 2. Engage in activities that bring you joy, even though this may sound contradictory. While most people feel physically alone when they're by themselves, the fear of missing out can be overwhelming, especially on a Saturday night when others are partying and drinking outside. This fear can create a sense of being disconnected from all the happiness and joy, which can truly be painful for humans. Despite this contradiction, people often find themselves drawn to unhealthy pleasures like drinking, using stimulants, or indulging in pornography just to numb the pain of loneliness. In a lecture, the Chinese Buddhist monk and scholar Sheng Yen recounted his experience of solitude, stating that he did not feel lonely at all. Remember, when you feel alone, you are not truly lonely. In every moment, you are sharing space with countless other beings, each with their own lives and experiences. Even in a small room, you are surrounded by a rich world of fellow creatures, from ants finding their way inside to insects creating unique sounds in the evening. This makes life fascinating and colorful, proving that joy can be found everywhere, even in the smallest details of everyday life. The important thing is to see loneliness not just as a state, but also as a perception. We can choose to view loneliness as something negative and dreadful, but the reality is, sometimes we feel lonely even when we are not truly alone. As the philosopher Epictetus pointed out, it is not the situations around us that disturb us, but the beliefs and principles we impose upon those situations. This shows that by changing our perspective, we can conquer loneliness and create more positive experiences in life. You also need to remember that some people feel lonely in a crowd, while others feel connected when they are alone. The truth is, everything in the world is connected. We are all part of a vast universe, and we are all interconnected. So, this is why some people feel lonely in a group, while others feel connected when they are alone. In fact, everything in the world is connected. We are all part of a vast universe, and we are all created from similar elements. Here on Earth, we come from the same land, breathe the same air, drink the same water. If we recognize this, how can we feel lonely? 3. Connecting with nature. It provides us with an opportunity to deepen our understanding of what's happening within ourselves, often in ways we may not notice. By acknowledging and accepting emotions such as anxiety, anger, stress, or fatigue, we can ultimately release them. Although it may feel uncomfortable at times, this is a natural way to improve our mental health, rather than resorting to methods like using stimulants or alcohol to cope. It's unfortunate that being alone is often seen as a missed opportunity for introspection. In reality, solitude offers an excellent chance to delve into our inner selves. By turning inward, we can uncover what's troubling us, what we want to change, and much more. While it can be challenging at times, practicing introspection can yield long-term benefits. Additionally, engaging in meditation also entails observing our thoughts and physical sensations. Always being around others is a great way to avoid facing what's truly happening in our minds. Those who constantly crave the presence of others often spend time alone to avoid confronting themselves and use short-term pleasures to suppress their inner life experiences. 4. Pursuing your dreams is essential. While being around others can be enticing, sometimes it can lead you down paths where you're following the crowd, like watching the same TV show or discussing the same topics with similar viewpoints. Group mentality can limit your ability to achieve your goals and aspirations. Stepping away from the crowd not only helps us see things from a new perspective by delving into our inner selves, but it also creates opportunities to truly act according to our own desires, uninfluenced by others' opinions. Every achievement requires sacrifice, and refusing parties, wild nights at bars, or evenings with friends to focus on building something for ourselves is both rational and worthwhile. Loneliness can indeed be a powerful tool for this. When you spend time creating something in solitude, you begin to value the time alone and are less likely to fall into unhealthy habits simply because you don't have time for them. For example, when I focus on writing scripts or editing videos for this channel, I often find myself in a state of contentment, where I can fully immerse myself in the present moment, lacking nothing. Pursuing your dreams is a true adventure. It's completely opposite to the feeling of addiction. When I immerse myself in pursuing my dreams, everything becomes more exciting and engaging than ever. In that world, loneliness is no longer an issue. 5. Practicing mindfulness is a wonderful piece of advice. Take advantage of your alone time to adjust your thoughts and emotions. You can practice meditation, journaling, or simply sit in silence. Mindfulness will help you maintain presence and nurture inner peace. Remember, being alone doesn't necessarily have to be a negative experience. By taking care of yourself, pursuing your passions, connecting with nature, and practicing mindfulness, you can learn to enjoy your own company and grow in solitude. This journey of mindfulness and self-care is truly a process. In the busy world we live in, taking time for yourself is a way to deepen your connection with yourself and the world around you. Relax and let your soul rest in the peaceful space of meditation and the cleanliness of your surroundings. You'll find that in those moments, all worries and tensions dissipate, replaced instead by a sense of inner peace and contentment. Once you understand that everything in the world is interconnected, the feeling of loneliness will dissipate like a faint cloud in the vast blue sky. And as you immerse yourself in pursuing your dreams, obstacles seem to vanish, replaced instead by excitement and satisfaction from experiencing a meaningful life. Never let loneliness confuse you. Take the time to connect with yourself and explore the boundless power of the soul. Exactly. That's the secret. The intense satisfaction and excitement from pursuing your true passions are like magic, making everything come alive like never before. In that state, there's simply no room for loneliness anymore.